Hello and welcome to another solo video from myself, Steve, where there is no scenic backdrop. It's just me in my bedroom, which is, to put in perspective, is three times bigger than my room in London. So that just gives you a general idea of how tiny my room is. In fact, just to make you laugh, quite literally, my bedroom is the size of my bathroom that's behind me there. Think about that. My bedroom at home is the size of my bathroom here. Anyhow, the reason why I'm doing this video is just quite simply that I've just watched the Tottenham 6, Leicester 2 win, or shall we just say, Son coming off the bench changed everything. Leicester are absolutely abysmal. I wrote on Twitter, @TotalStevo, if you give a damn about the bill and The Office and WWE, because I don't tweet anything about FPL really. In all seriousness, I tweeted about the fact that I look at Leicester and there is just no team values whatsoever. There's no togetherness. It just seems like a bunch of players that have just been put out onto the pitch, and it's try your hardest, don't lose. That's my impression of Brendan Rodgers. Their defence is an absolute fucking shambles. Their goalkeeper, honestly, may as well just be playing for the under-12s. In fact, I take that back. I reckon the under-12s goalkeeper for Leicester would do a better job in goal for the Leicester first team than that fucking dickhead. Awful. Like I say, I'm no analytical deep dive into the tactics of how Leicester set up, how Tottenham perform, blah, blah, blah. I just see what I see. And yes, as Dan would say, there is a moment during the first half where Leicester were on top and they actually seemed to have a few ideas about them, with Maddison and Barnes and Daka looking okay. Maddison was the most threatening of the front three. But the reality of the situation is that the class outweighed everything from Tottenham. And once Son came on, it was almost like it was a new lease of life. I mean, the first touch he got of the ball, I instantly just saw a difference from him compared to, say, Kulusevski, who, of course, gets an assist. I have him for fucking 5 weeks. He does jack shit. And the 1 week I take him out, oh, what a surprise, pops up with some fucking assist. Fucking dickhead. It's unbelievable. But when I look at Kulusevski, I still believe I've made the right decision getting him gone, because he looks like a fat man that's trying to run. There's something about Kulusevski that does nothing for me. Whereas I look at Son and it's that darting quickness straight away. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, like there's something about this player. Now we all know the quality of Son, I know that, but it was just something about him where I was thinking, Jesus Christ, like, fuck me. Finally, some energy. Like, Kulusevski just when I say brings nothing to the team, I mean in the sense of, like, I just don't see the attacking threat like the likes of Richarlison or Kane give. Even Bentacle, for crying out loud, seems to have more attacking threat ahead of Kulusevski. Again, I can hear someone now going, you're speaking bollocks. Yeah, but why are you watching this? You know I speak shit. From an FPL point of view, I mean, seeing Kane get that fucking assist for Chains. Who the fuck is Chains? Chain Wrestling, yeah? CWF, Chain Wrestling. @Chain Wrestling. But that wonder strike from Son, I mean, I personally can't fucking stand assists like that. They drive me up the fucking wall. But he got it. I did say, ironically, in the preview show that I'm writing down what my gut feeling says about a captaincy pick, and I write down the popular picks. Basically, the top 2 on Fantasy Scout. And I put down who my gut says. What did my gut say for best captaincy this game week? Son. It's all written down. I said it on the stream yesterday. I think Son's the best captaincy pick this week. That's what my gut says. He turns up with a hat-trick. A 20-minute hat-trick or whatever it fucking was. Absolute gold dust. He looked like the son of old, well, I say of old, of last season where, by the way, this is really fucking annoying holding this fucking phone up. I may actually just move it over here so that I can just stand it there. Oh, you can see my bed. So I can move over here. You don't get this with Andy, do you? Sit over here, sit in the centre, and I'll get some dickhead complaining about the sound quality. So, from my perspective, Son looked like the player of old. Looking for Kane, Kane looking for Son. Come on, mate, where are you? Ping, pass, done. Maybe this rest inspired some life into Son, because by all accounts, according to Brew as an example, Son has just not looked himself for the past, 7-8 game weeks. Yeah, he's had a few goals chalked off for offside and everything. Few opportunities hitting the post and whatnot, but by all accounts, he's not looked great. In fact, ironically, it's, what's his face? Richarlison that's looked, in my opinion, very impressive. I was a bit annoyed that he got taken off, actually. I thought he deserved to stay on. I think Kulusevski would have been, in my opinion, better to have taken off. And maybe just see how Richarlison's son Kane could have worked. But no, I mean, Leicester just allowed Tottenham all these opportunities. I mean, every corner that was taken, goal. I mean, that Sanchez goal ruled off. I mean, yeah, his arm gets fucking put through and all that nonsense. But again, goal. A beautiful goal by Maddison. Well done, as patronising as that fucking sounds. Although I still miffed about people that benched him. I know I actually saw Davey FPL benched him. I'm thinking, why would you bench a player like him over Andreas? You're fucking mad. He said, I know he said on his stream it was to do with fixtures, but I personally am of the belief that you should always play your premium. And when I say premium, I mean players that are like expensive, 8 million players, whatever. Always play them. They always pop up. Same as fucking Perisic. Gets a fucking assist. Surprise, surprise. That's another thing that pisses me off, is that everything seems to be cancelling out everything. Just when you think you're just slightly ahead, Trippier gets an assist. Fantastic. Albeit as a penalty from a handball. Brilliant. Perisic gets an assist. Great. So my choice was literally between owning Perisic or Trippier. And admittedly, I'm fully aware. I can already hear someone, before I've even said anything, typing in the comments, yeah, but Perisic was substituted after 60 minutes. Well, before 60 minutes, what was the 53rd minute? Yeah, what if he stayed on the pitch? He still gets an assist anyway. It was 2 points less than Trippier. Isaac, gets a goal and everything, but of course that fucking, I said, Kane gets his standard. What is it? Kane scored a goal in every single game, isn't it? I swear, what's the reverse of jinxing? Because I said at the start of the season, I wouldn't own Kane if he scored literally 1 goal a game. And yet here I am thinking, maybe I should get him in. Maybe that freemium of Haaland, Kane and Tony and Isaac and Jesus, Mitrovic, Winners. Always got to get an office reference in. maybe that is the way, because it is very frustrating seeing the fact that Kane's scoring every single week. And yeah, the likes of Tony, Isaac, Mitrovic are slightly keeping up pace, but it just doesn't seem to do anything with the fact that Kane is still continuing to plod along. And then you could argue, well, hold on a minute here, this is literally a premium striker, a world-class striker. Is he really worth 11.4 million, 11.5, whatever he is? Considering the likes of Mitrovic kind of keeping pace. I don't know. It's just very frustrating seeing him just get these one goal. I mean, dread fucking FPL captain that nearly said the C word then. In fact, fuck it, I will. I'll do my old warning. If you don't like the C word, I suggest you turn the volume down at a 3, a 2. Yeah, he captained that cunt. It's just unbelievable. And yet I looked at his team, Dred's FPL team from the week before, and all he's done is just basically done a free hit to bring in, it's like 3 or 4 different players. All fucking paid off, of course they have. Because when you're a good FPL manager, everything seems to go people's way. And like I say, like with people benching, like with Davey FPL and various other people in the Rivals League benching Maddison for Andreas. What the fuck are you doing? You never bench these players. I saw someone in fact I'll call him out, it was Brew. He benched Perisic and he's a Spurs fan. And yet ironically he played Maddison. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, from a wildcard point of view, I can't think off the top of my head what my players were on my game week 6 team. But I know I probably, if I hadn't have wildcarded, I would have had De Bruyne in for Salah. In fact, I'm pretty certain before I hit my wildcard, I'd already done it. I think I pretty much did De Bruyne in for Salah anyway. But anyway, I would have done De Bruyne in for Salah. I can't think off the top of my head what other players I had, but certainly I would have had a non-existent defence. Apart from Cancelo and Nico Williams. I'd have had... Who was my goalkeeper? It wasn't Nick Pope. It was Henderson. Henderson would have been in goal. My midfield would have been Saka, De Bruyne, Kulusevski, and someone else. There's a Simpsons reference. And then my only one striker would have been Haaland. So I have come out of this week on top. I had Pope in goal, 2 points. Of course he gets 2 points. Every single fucking game week it's a minimum of 3. Week I bring him in, 2 points. Just like Henderson. Save points every fucking week. The second I bring him in, 2 points. 1 point, 0. Tosser. The Trippier getting the assist. The Cancelo, clean sheet. I think he's getting 3 bonus, but everybody owns Cancelo. I've got Kufal tomorrow, but not really hopeful of a clean sheet from West Ham at all. Martinelli, everybody owns Martinelli. I don't quite understand this obsession with Saka. I mean, I would highly recommend people putting 50 fucking p on him to do something tomorrow. You just fucking know it. Every player that I've got rid of has done something, by the way. That's what takes the fucking piss the most. Every player I've got rid of has done something. But yeah, Martinelli tomorrow. Bowen's the interesting one for me. I don't know if I'll be able to watch the game or not. It's the afternoon kickoff, isn't it? I can't think if I can watch it or not. If I can, I'll be very interested to see what Bowen was like, because by all accounts he's not looked great. I got him in for their fixtures. I think they had the decision was really, do I get Maddison or Bowen? And it was just the fixtures that swung it for me. West Ham are playing Everton. We've got no Pickford. Whereas Leicester are away at Tottenham, who... I mean, I predicted 3-1. Never would have thought Maddison would have got something. We all know what happened there. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what Bowen does tomorrow. Obviously, the plan was to be bringing in Zaha for James Ward-Prowse after 2 weeks. But to be completely blunt with you, the way the pricing system's going at the moment, there is a very high chance that I may have to go and get Zaha in. But I don't think I've got to be fearful of bringing in Zaha against Chelsea. Who gives a fucking shit about Chelsea? They're still conceding goals. Zaha always seems to perform in these big games. Fuck it, I may have to bring him in. Especially if, like I said, if the price rise is coming soon. James Ward-Prowse getting a fucking yellow card last night, and the reality of the situation is that Southampton were absolutely so pathetic yesterday that it was almost a fortuitous Aston Villa win, because they were fucking useless themselves. Both teams came for a fucking draw. And it was just by chance that Ramsey got that one goal. But they were toothless from what I saw in the first half. They could have been amazing in the second half, I don't know. But yeah, they were just toothless. And yeah, my front three of Isaac getting the goal today, a penalty. It looks like he's going to get, I think it's 3 bonus points, which is literally a bonus. The fact that Kane's probably going to get, I'm going to guess, 2 bonus points. Son's going to get 3, Kane probably 2. And I'm going to guess Bentancur with 1. Maddison with 1. Again, I don't know, I haven't looked. But the other player being Mitrovic. I'm perfectly happy. The wildcard team's been fine. With the likes of, say, Dread FPL, who's played his free hit, I'm on 43 points with 3 players left to play, whereas Dread's on, this is before captaincy and all this nonsense, but Dread's looking at about 60 odd points, and he's only got 1 player left in, I think it's the same as me, Martinelli. He may have Jesus as well and Tony. I can't remember who he's got up front. I forget now. I just think that probably free hitters will be benefiting more in a double game week. Probably. But who knows? It's all down to planning at the end of the day. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, the rivalry with Jason, for example, he had, -1 for Ward. Possibly, maybe even -2. He was on 0 at half-time. No Botman. Botman didn't play, so Geordie Kev, he fucking got that right. Too much rotation risk. So Botman didn't play. And he's got Jesus, Tony and Martinelli left. So, basically, get your 50p's on Jesus and Tony to be getting goals and assists tomorrow. Knowing Jason's luck. But I'm 10 points better off than him after today's games. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting with tomorrow's fixtures. I've got the Everton-West Ham game to be a tight 0-0, 1-0 either way, 1-1, something like that. Something like that. At the end of the day, Everton can't score. But they're doing all right defensively. A lot of their games have ended 1-1. So I'm kind of hopeful maybe West Ham, after Europe and everything, may get their act together, take advantage of this Pickfordless team. Maybe Bowen can impress on his final game before the England call-up and all that nonsense. If he was called up, again, I take no notice of any of this. I have no interest in England whatsoever, but with the likes of Maddison getting that goal today and probably a bonus point, again, that's just a guess. I really do hope Bowen comes up with something. I mean, dream scenario, I'm stating the obvious, dream scenario would be a 1-0 win, Bowen getting that goal, and Kufau realistically just getting the clean sheet and maybe a bonus point. I mean, looking from that biased FPL point of view, it's Kafau assist, Bowen goal, and a clean sheet and a 1-0 win. But that's living in dream world. Like I say, I'm expecting it to be like a 1-1, 0-0, something like that. I mean, it's like the last 3 fixtures or something like that. It's all ended 1-0 to the away team. So I'm not expecting many goals tomorrow. And like I say, with Brentford at home to Arsenal, I do expect Brentford to score. Arsenal, on the other hand, they're just on a roll at the moment. I don't think they should be fearing Brentford. I think they've got too much quality up top to get the job done. Brentford always concede goals. I think every game they play, I can already hear Firetalk going, no, that's not right, Steve-O. Every game that Brentford seem to play ends with Brentford conceding 2 goals. So yeah, I've got that down as a 2-1 to Arsenal. But if Jesus can stay quiet and certainly, like I said, with Saka, get 50p on him to get an assist or get a goal. But I've seen nothing from Saka to be like, I've got to have him a team. Martinelli, absolutely, 100%, definitely. Martinelli without question. Saka, too far out on the right-hand side. Too far out. Mine's, like I said, it's like Salah. Just like Salah. So far out on the right-hand side, he may as well not be on the pitch. Just not attacking enough. And like I say, knowing my luck, it's like Blonde said on a members video, comment, whatever. She was like, you are possibly one of the most unluckiest content creators. That's meant in the literal sense, because we create content. But yeah, one of the unluckiest out there, which is, I'd argue that is true. Everything I seem to touch just backfires. So just get your money on Saka goal, Saka assist, and you should win money back. But I think after today's events, I didn't see the Man City game. I couldn't because I was out seeing some very close friends of mine. And when I saw it, was like, this is like literally, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the evening. And when I left, checked the old results and I saw it was 1-1 to Bournemouth Newcastle. I just rolled my eyes, just like, yeah, typical. But then seeing it was 3-0 and Kevin De Bruyne with 2 assists. And I mean, I did say again, if anybody actually listens to what I say, I did say that I was tempted with Kevin De Bruyne as captaincy this week. I thought he was it just goes harps on about it, doesn't it? It's like the whole thing, like I said, about my gut instinct saying Son was the best captaincy. And obviously I'm not going to be bringing in Son. But from my own personal team, I said that Kevin De Bruyne is probably a better captaincy shout, in my opinion. And it turns out that is the case. Haaland's not going to get any bonus points. Apparently captained by 6 million managers. In the Rivals League, I don't know the statistics, but I know, like I said, Dread FPL, Captain Kane. I know that Boona, Captain De Bruyne, maybe he listened to what I said. His record against Wolves is excellent, same as Kane versus Wolves, versus Leicester. He continues just... I mean, that stat was ridiculous, wasn't it? 18 goals against Leicester. Make that 19 now. 19 goals against Leicester, Kane. That is just fucking absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. In fact, they were saying on the betting, a popular bet was Kane to score, Tottenham to win, and over 2.5 goals. And it was something like 2-1 or 3-1. That was a popular bet. Well, they're all quids in if they put 50p on. Get a quid back. But no, I'm just a bit fucked off that it's just the international break now. Like I said, we've had this. I get it, this time of mourning regarding the Queen, but I'm not being funny or anything. But I agree with a lot of the guys on the FPL Twitter community side of things, and they may be saying it from a selfish point of view, but I don't know. I just think that it would have been better if the games continued as per normal last week. Rather than us all sitting on our asses doing fuck all. It's like David Brent says. So I told them to shove their job up their asses. So you're staying with us then? Yes. We are going to be the better FPL players. That doesn't even make sense, Steve. But yeah, and like this whole, you know, I get it, the whole bank holiday thing, but the gym that I go to, the one that I've been using down here, but it's all just a generic poster they're all putting up at these pure gyms, and it says, blah, 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 will be closed between 10 and 2 during the Queen's funeral. This is for our staff to mourn the Queen's death. Yeah, no disrespect or anything, but of the hundreds of pure gym employees that you have, how many of them are actually going to be mourning the Queen's death? At a guess, 1, 2. So I'm telling you now, 99% of them are going to be on their phones, dealing with clients, doing anything but worrying about the Queen and the funeral. And the majority of people watching this, I reckon, don't particularly care about this situation. So yeah, the whole, like I said, I am a bit bitter about the fact that I've had to use my wildcard this week. I am, you know, the whole fact of this football, international football being played now. So we've had 2 weeks off, then have a week on, to have 2 weeks off. It's like fucking with my work. First week back, come back for a day, then I've got a day off. What? Why? It's fucking ludicrous. So yeah, so now we've got to wait for another 2 weeks until, what is it, October the 1st? October the fucking 1st till football comes back, or the Premier League comes back. Yeah, so I'm going to be constantly checking on the Zaha prices, seeing what's going on and everything. And yeah, there's a very small possibility that I may be forced, because I've got no money in the bank. I've got 0.7, but that means that I can only do Ward-Prowse to Zaha in that one move. So we shall see what happens over next. But at the moment, he's only at 60% to go up. I think this international football 2 week period is going to slow down the prices, I'd like to think. But anyway, I've been waffling on now for 27 minutes. The time is now, as I always like to do, tap the phone and everything. Scroll down here to see what the actual time is. It's 8 o'clock. I reckon this video won't be uploaded it took 2.5 hours yesterday. So yeah, you'll probably, if anybody's watched this, probably 10 o'clock in the evening in the UK, if you're up that late. And anywhere else in the world, it's going to be God knows what time. So on that note, remember Jason should be streaming tomorrow, Sunday Surgery. Very unlikely I'm going to be joining him. I'm almost certainly going to be in my car, ironically listening in probably. But yeah, anyhow, as ever, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.